Hello guys, and welcome to Dragon Ball Z Question of the Week, Episode 4. So last week I asked the question, what is your favourite quote from Dragon Ball Z? And I expanded that to all the series like Dragon Ball and GT and Super and all the movies and that. And I got a lot of great answers. There were some similar ones because obviously the best quotes will be said by multiple people. But today I picked 3 answers that I liked. I picked 2 that I thought, I picked 2 that I liked, and then I picked 1 that was my favourite. So to start off, I'm going to give 1 answer that I got from someone that I liked. And this answer was from Samuel O'Brien. And it says, "This may be a bit predictable, but my favourite quote would be Goku's line against Frieza once he transformed. 'I am the hope of the universe,' I'd say is the best part. Also for DBZA's sake, Vegeta's line after Cooler kicks him in the dick was my favourite in both movies and episodes altogether. He keeps kicking me in the dick. Why? Why does he keep kicking me in the dick?" And you probably already know, but DBZA is Dragon Ball Z abridged by Team 4 Star. The quote at the end of that comment wasn't from the actual series, it's from the abridged parody that they do. So the quote that was given in this comment was the one that Goku gave to Frieza on Namek after he transformed. And as it said, "I'm the hope of the universe, all things that cry out for peace." What else is it? "Allied to good, nightmare to you." Yeah. This is probably one of the most famous quotes in all of Dragon Ball Z, really. I like it, but it's not my favourite. It's not the best. It's a little bit cheesy, really. Like it's kind of like a quote Superman would give, really. And we all know that Goku isn't that much of like a goody two shoes, so to say, like Superman. But yeah, I like this quote because it symbolises, the Super Saiyan and how Goku is the saviour of the universe. So there isn't too much else to say about that. I can't remember the whole quote. I haven't got the quotes up here with me at the moment. I'm just reading the comments. So I can't say the whole quote, but you probably already know that one. It's like I said, it's quite famous. If you want to watch the whole quote, just go on YouTube and type in Super Saiyan Goku quote to Frieza or something like that, or Goku versus Frieza or Namek. You'll find it somewhere. So thank you for that. And the second answer that I liked is from the commentator, and it says, "Piccolo to Videl. Your father is a hero. He took it upon himself to journey to Majin Buu's home and fight him on his own ground. For reasons we don't know, Mr. Satan did not fight Majin Buu. Instead, the two forged a friendship. Your father is the only human being Majin Buu seems to appreciate. Although other circumstances brought it to a halt, your father nearly made Buu adopt a life of peace. He may have transformed into the evil entity now, but Buu still has a potent memory of a man and the kindness he showed a monster. Your dad will never have the powers that we do, Videl. But his compassion exceeds any victory he could ever achieve in the ring." Now when I saw this comment, I actually didn't remember this quote from the series. It's been a long time since I've watched every episode of the series, because I watched it when I was quite young, back when it was on the TV, so I don't remember every single bit of the series, and I didn't remember this bit. And I had to ask him, when was this quote? Obviously it says in the comment that Piccolo said it to Videl, but I didn't know when it happened. And the commentator told me that it was when Buu was waiting with the hourglass on the lookout, and yeah, Piccolo said that to Videl then. So I like this one, even though I'd never heard it before, because this has got to be the only time I think that we've ever actually seen or heard of Mr. Satan or Hercule being a genuine hero, because all we've seen from him really is he took credit for beating Cell and beating Majin Buu, and even in Dragon Ball Super, this isn't really a spoiler if you haven't seen it, but he takes credit for beating Beerus as well, which wasn't in the movie. It wasn't in Battle of Gods, but it was in the Super series. So all that isn't really heroic. He's just taking credit for stuff he hasn't done. But here, Piccolo actually makes us understand that he isn't just a dick all the time. He actually is a hero in his own way, and like it says in the quote, he might not be able to beat Majin Buu in the ring in a fight, but he kind of turned him into a good guy, especially Fat Buu. I mean, Fat Buu, after he met Hercule, wasn't really a bad guy. And now for my favourite answer of the week, and this time it was actually given by 2 people, I think. One person said it first, and then, well, I'll just say, Saiyan Lord gave it first, gave the whole quote, and then JRC, he showed up a bit later, and I think he wanted to give the answer as well, so I'll show Saiyan Lord's comment, but I'm pretty sure he wasn't the only person that gave it. So it says, my favourite line of all time. Well, this is easy, gets my blood racing, and me shivering every time I hear it when Gohan shows up. To Super Buu, I'ma just say the whole dialogue. Piccolo, but who is it? I've never experienced it. It's outrageously strong. Boys, stay close to me. Buu, snarling noises. Piccolo looks up. I don't believe it. It's Goku. Goten. No guys, it's my brother Gohan. Trunks, are you positive? Gohan. Hey guys, what's happening? Goten. Hey Gohan, I thought you were dead. Piccolo. Gohan, I've known you since you were a boy, Gohan, but I hardly recognise you. Your face has changed a little, and your power has increased dramatically. But your attitude, you're so confident. Gohan, where are the others? Trunks. They're all dead, he killed them. Gohan, what about Dende? Goten, him too. Mom, Videl, everyone Gohan. Gohan grumbles. Videl, Mother, they're gone. Without Dende we can't wish anyone back. Super Buu. And they were good. I turned them into chocolate and gobbled them all up. Gohan. Wait, it's a small but I can still sense something, just barely. Super Buu. So hotshot, you want to fight Majin Buu? Gohan. Fight you? No, I want to kill you. This is by far my favourite line in DBZ. So that is like the whole quote from when Gohan shows up to when he says it. But I think the actual, the quote people remember about this is the last 2 lines, which were, so hotshot, you want to fight Majin Buu? And then Gohan says, fight you? No, I want to kill you. Or more specifically, what Gohan says there, fight you? No, I want to kill you. So that's my favourite answer this week. Thank you to everyone that gave the answer, because even though Saiyan Lord said it first, I don't think he was the only person that wanted to say it. So yeah, thanks to everyone, even though I might not be able to remember everyone that said it. So anyway, I like this quote because Gohan went a bit downhill after he killed Cell. I think we all know that. And he became a superhero, and yeah, he went pretty downhill after he beat Cell. But this quote symbolises the moment that Gohan, he became, a hero again, a fighter again. He became what he was, a badass, he became that again. And like Piccolo said, he's got such attitude, such confidence, because at that moment, he was the strongest being that we know of, or that we knew of, because Beerus and Whis were out there, but we didn't know that at the time. So at that moment, he was the strongest person that we knew of in the universe. He was stronger than Goku, Vegeta, he was stronger than Super Buu. Yeah, he was stronger than all of them. And yeah, that last line is just great. Fight you? No, I want to kill you. And you can tell he means that, because at that point, Super Buu had killed nearly every single person that Gohan had ever known, really. So, thanks again to everyone that gave your answers. Thanks to my top answers for this week, and thank you to my favourite answer this week. All great quotes. There were even some given that I didn't read out today that were really good. So when I was thinking about my favourite quote, even though I'd asked the question to all of you, I didn't actually have an answer in my mind. I didn't really know what I was going to say. So I looked at some videos, looking at some of the best quotes and stuff, and I found my answer in a place I never thought I'd find it really. I mean, I didn't even remember this quote, but when I saw it I was like, that's my favourite quote. And even though I'm going to say it's my favourite quote, it's only my favourite at the moment really. I don't think it'll be my favourite forever, it's just, I'm going to give an answer, so I'll give that, and I really like the quote as well. But before that, I just want to give maybe 2 or 3 or 4 quotes that are really good that no one gave. So first is the obvious, it's over 9,000. You've got, there's a machine like yourself ever experienced fear, which is the one that Vegeta gave to Android 19 when he transformed for the first time. And then, are you ready now to witness a power not seen for thousands of years? Which is what Vegeta gave to Cell when he went Super Vegeta. And lastly, if they set that android free, it will be the end of all of us. No! Which is the one that Future Trunks shouted as he blew up the lab that all the androids were in. So yeah, there's some ones that I like as well, and I like the ones that were given this week as well, especially the ones I read out. But my favourite quote is, and I'm going to hand off to my man Vegeta to say it.
Who are you people? Don't you see the universe matters more than your meaningless squabble?
Meaningless, huh? What do you know of meaningless? Spend most of your life ruled by another. Watch your race dwindle to a handful. And then, tell me what has more meaning than your own strength. I have in me the blood of a Saiyan prince. He is nothing but a joke. Yet I've had to watch him surpass me in strength. My destiny thrown to the wayside. He's even saved my life as if I were a helpless child. He has stolen my honor. And his debts must be paid.
So that's my favourite quote, probably of all time, in all the Dragon Ball series that have been, you know, Dragon Ball, Dragon Ball Z, Dragon Ball GT, all of them, all the movies as well, and Dragon Ball Super. And it's got to be my favourite because it just truly symbolises what Vegeta has been through his entire life, the struggles that he's had to go through, and how his life was almost just taken away from him without him being killed, really. I mean, like it says, his whole race was killed when he was just a child, and he never got to become king. He never got to rule, you know, the Saiyans as he should have on their own planet. He was just turned into a joke by Frieza, and he was ruled by Frieza nearly his entire life. And then he didn't even get to kill Frieza because Goku killed him, so he never got his revenge really against Frieza, just got beat up by him a load of times. And he wasn't the first to achieve Super Saiyan, that was Goku as well, so really Goku has turned him into a bit of a joke, even without trying really. Yeah, Vegeta's my favourite character, I would say, so I kind of always knew that I'd give a Vegeta quote as my favourite. Because not only is my favourite character, I feel like he gives the best quotes out of every character. So that's about it for me really, that's my favourite quote. Thanks again to everyone that gave answers this week. I'm very happy with the response I got, and you all gave some very great quotes, so thank you very much for that. So here's the question for this week. Who did you think was going to be revived before it was revealed that it was Frieza? And in case you don't know what I mean by this, obviously Resurrection F featured Frieza being revived, coming back to Earth and fighting Goku and the rest of them in the movie Resurrection F. And before it was announced that it was Frieza that was going to come back, before we even had a title, which was Resurrection F, or Fakatsu no F in Japanese, there was a small trailer that showed it just showed Shenron being summoned, and someone said, "There is someone I would like you to revive," or something like that. And there was a very small clip, about 5 seconds, if that, of Goku on a planet as a Super Saiyan. So what I'm asking from you is, who did you think was going to be revived when you saw that trailer, or heard that the new film would feature someone being revived and coming back? So, be honest with this. I mean, don't just say Frieza if you didn't think it was Frieza. I don't want to take any answers away from anyone, but I know that an answer that was going around a lot was Broly, even though he's not canon. I remember that. So anyway, yeah, that's the question for this week. Thanks once again to all the answers. Thanks to everyone that gave answers. Thank you very much, and I hope to see you all again next week with who you thought was going to be revived, be it Frieza or someone else. So thank you very much. Take care. See you later, guys.